I didn't have an answer because recently I had found out that Marvin was planning to be married, but not to me. What? So maybe he wasn't trying to get away from the lady. Maybe that's what he was telling you. Because you know that's what niggas do. Oh, my life, be waiting for you. No, how you do. Sit down, bad boy Bobby Brown. Sit down. Sit down. Or lay down. Just get out my face, please. Mommy hates it when you stare at her. Well, hello there, love bugs. Hello there, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share, and tip your favorite narrator via Cash App at $NAROB on YouTube. And if you are not already a part of this book club, please hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube, and for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes you, can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, all this week on the YouTube, we're focusing on Natalie Cole. I think adding that Wreckah Kennedy book kind of messed with my algorithm. So if you all want the Wreckah Kennedy Bling book, you're going to have to join the Patreon or the YouTube paid membership here. Okay. It kind of messed with my algorithm. Eventually, I'll release the Wreckah Kennedy, like once we get finished with the Natalie Cole book. But if you want to keep up with that, you're going to have to pay for it, because putting the two books together is causing some confusion in the algorithm. And I cannot afford to have my views being 300 or 500. Those of you who love me understand me. Now, let's continue reading Angel on My Shoulder, Natalie Cole. This book, she speaks a lot about situations where she should have been dead. I always say that it's my grandmothers praying for me, because if it wasn't for them, baby, the depths of hell would have took me years ago. I couldn't stop thinking about Marvin, and every time we were in the studio together or working on some new song, I would always be so excited that my heart would begin to race. I would steal a glance over at him, and he would be looking at me too. We knew we were in love. All Marvin had to do was to play a chord or two and look up at me with those big brown eyes. Artists connect like that. That's why I believe I've always been partial to musicians. You can hear the love in those first few albums. He and I truly did make beautiful music together, but ours was a complicated relationship. Neither of us had been married before, and in a large sense, we had been married to our work. They got some rumors out there about Marvin that I really don't like, because they tried to do that with Kim Fields and her husband. He's a dancer, and they tried to say that he was homosexual. I'm like, listen, them gypsies, them performers, they're different kinds of people. They're not masculine or feminine. They're just creators, artists. Marvin had another problem in his life. He was trying to extricate himself from a relationship with another woman he had met before me, and she wasn't making it easy. She was determined not to lose him no matter what.
What you looking at, puppy? What you looking at, baby? Look at my baby. There go Lulu. Okay. So anyway, it don't matter what year it is. It's the 70s. And these niggas still got the same game. Oh, I want to get away from her, but I can't. She making it hard for me to move on. She say, and come to find out later, they not even married. They just girlfriend and boyfriend. I'm telling you, them preachers, them ministers be the worst one. But he running game on Natalie. Natalie doesn't address it realistically. It's a lot of times in this book where I felt like she might have been easy on people. Like she could have been way harder on her mother than she was, but she didn't go there. I don't know if I would have put that she wasn't trying to let go. I mean, she didn't have a hold on them. They weren't married. And one thing I learned from a man in Aquarius, you know them mother hunchies be assholes. But if you're not engaged, if you're not married, or if you're not living with someone, there's no commitment. Boyfriend and girlfriend ain't real until y'all paying bills together. Relationships are not real, no matter how much in your mind you want to fool yourself to think that's your man. That ain't your man or your lady until y'all are paying bills together. The situation between Marvin and me didn't get much better after Natalie was released. And we started putting the songs together for the next album, Unpredictable. The cuts on that album say it all. This heart still in love. I can't break away, and I've got love on my mind. I've got love on my mind. I got love. Oh, I love that song. We loved one another, but we couldn't get it all together. By now, everyone else could see how strongly we felt about each other. Chuck was thrilled. Aunt Bay considered it a providential arrangement. In the meantime, the music was only getting better. I wrote 2 of my own songs for the Unpredictable album, Your Eyes and Peaceful Living. My writing was very different from Chuck and Marvin's, but they went with it anyway, even though my work had more of a pop sound to it. For the time being, I was content and happy just to get one of my own songs on an album. One day, and I remember it well, Janice and I were sitting in my hotel room in Saginaw, Michigan. The year was 1976 and it was summer. Conversation turned to Marvin. Now this has gone too far, Janice declared. The 2 of you need to be together. So what you gonna do? I didn't have an answer because recently I had found out that Marvin was planning to be married, but not to me. What? So maybe he wasn't trying to get away from the lady. Maybe that's what he was telling you. Because you know that's what niggas do. The girlfriend who had wanted him in her life so badly had gotten pregnant in an effort to keep him. Child, so that reminds me of a situation that I had when I was a teenager. Okay, I was messing with this dude from around Clifton Terrace. He had a baby mother. At the time I met him, it was 2. Only 2 children. Okay, I think it was a boy and a girl. All right. And the dude was trying to tell me, oh, nah, we don't mess with each other. It's not like that, blah, blah, blah. I can't even remember what sign he was. I can't remember. But anyway, baby, and then this was the crazy part. The girl was living with him and his grandmother down Clifton Terrace. And the reason why was because the girl didn't have nowhere else to go. The only place she had to go was with her baby father. And Clifton Terrace had like 4 bedrooms.
But then again, when I think about it, he could have been lying. It wouldn't be impossible because he probably didn't want me to think that him and a baby mother was sleeping in the same bedroom. You got these two doing their thing, and you got, well, at least he was doing his thing with me. All right? Baby, when I tell you they had me so twisted around in my head, that was a whole ordeal. And I was so young and inexperienced, I didn't know what was happening. The dude really liked me, but it was selfish of him to want to keep me in his pocket, knowing that you got this girl living with you. Y'all still having children together. What the frick is going on? But the relationship was just so much bigger than just them and the kids. They lived with each other. They were beyond just parents to children. They were friends. But I also told you that I had got the coochie fritas from a dude down Clifton Turf. That motherfucker gave me the coochie fritas. All right? And when I told him that, he was like, no, I didn't give you the coochie fritas. Yes, you did. Because I found out later on in life that when I told him he gave me the coochie fritas, he went down there and whooped his baby mama ass and the nigga that gave it to her. Marvin was a pastor of a church that was beginning to get a lot of attention due to his success in the secular world. He was feeling the pressure to do the right thing and make this lady his wife. The wedding was only a few weeks away. Even Chuck had called me to persuade me to talk him out of it. Now, I don't usually go around telling folks to call off their wedding plans, but Janice asked me two things that really struck me. Do you love him? And if so, how much? Well, there was a song on my first album called I Love Him So Much Till It Hurts. There was my answer. After my show the next night, I caught a plane to Chicago so that Marvin and I could talk face to face. I came prepared with this whole speech, but to my surprise, there wasn't a lot of talking. Marvin just took me in his arms and asked me to marry him. Natalie, he said, I love you, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Of course, I said yes. Them two went down to the courthouse and got married because they need to keep all this low key. You done got this lady over here pregnant, Jamal Bryant, and now you fitting to marry Natalie Cole. While pregnant, I also recorded my fourth album. I called it Thankful. Thankful, like Unpredictable, would eventually go platinum, giving me the distinction of being the first female artist to have 2 platinum releases in the same year. Our love will stand tall as the trees. Our love will be for the whole world to see. Our love, the second cut on the album, will become my 5th consecutive #1 single. There were a few other things that made Thankful a special album to me. The most important was that 3 of the cuts on the albums were my own compositions. I wrote La Costa with Linda Williams, my piano player and conductor when I was on the road. She was a brilliant and gifted musician, and in those days, a lady conductor was a rare sight. Annie Mae and Keeping It Light were entirely my own creations. Annie Mae was my favorite because it was a ballad of sorts, inspired by the true life story of a young woman I knew, our housekeeper, Stella. My pregnancy was beginning to be pretty obvious, so when Thankful was released, the cover was a painting of me instead of a photograph. I think that those who do their best work in a recording studio and are also able to take that best on stage are rarities. Yeah. People that sound good, shit. That's Riri, that's Whitney. Y'all, I mean, Beyonce, she can do the damn thing. Who is a singer now who sings great on stage? Usher. Usher. Chris Breezy. Y'all know I'm going to Vegas to see his ass. I don't know. Okay. Only because I've seen Usher before back home, right? But who else y'all think can blow on stage and in the recording studio? Don't tell me Mary J. Blige, because that bitch ain't it. Shaka Khan, I think. Anyway. Oh, Stephanie Mills. My father was one of those people, and I have learned so much from watching him. This dual talent is what I've always worked toward as a performer. For me, interaction with the audience is everything, and not only with the audience, but with the musicians. I like to look them in the eye, and everyone is a player in the musical journey. I remember watching Sly and the Family Stone when I was in college. Sly could just kick ass on the stage. So could Kool and the Gang and the Rolling Stones. I learned a lot watching people like Shaka Khan, Janis Joplin, and Patti LaBelle because they grab the audience and they don't let go. We had a real tight group by the time we went live. Everybody knew what they were supposed to do. There wasn't any hesitation or any anxiety. The recording people also did a very good job considering what they had to do. It's very clever how the album sounds like everything was done on one night, but it's actually our best songs from different nights. The Natalie live album contains some songs that I never recorded in the studio. I've only enjoyed experimenting with different styles, so I took the old Doris Day tune, Que Sera Sera, which had already been done by Sly Stone, and put a different spin on it. Y'all gotta check that out because I love the original and I love the way Sly Stone took care of this song. On October 13th, we were on our way back from Lamar's class and had stopped to pick up some Kentucky Fried Chicken because I had this incredible craving. I really needed the Colonel in a major way. Janice was staying with us, so when we got home, all three of us were in the bedroom watching TV. I hadn't eaten more than 2 bites when the labor pain started. Robert Adam Yancey came out perfect. He was 6 pounds, 4 ounces, healthy and beautiful. The cutest little thing with a mop of black hair, just like a little papoose, like a little Indian baby, my little angel.